That'd be crazy to die by a sword. Imagine getting sliced up.
Why'd you say it like that?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's Javi, and
Gustavo,
what's up?
what's going on?
We're chilling. We about to get a quick podcast in.
I don't know
So,
about quick, but yeah, we got a busy week, and this is the only good day, so we're recording tonight, and this is for next week. So some of the stuff we're going to talk about may seem a little late. It's not too late. It's just we recorded early.
we're gonna start doing more of that. I think we should,
We're going to be start doing more what?
I just have like a lot of footage, but definitely good footage that we just like
I don't want to have too much.
that
'Cause
we let out like what I'm saying,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
on a
yeah.
weekly basis,
Yeah.
in case we're like there's times where we can't record.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, and like we said before, if we don't have like footage for that week, we'll like sub someone in. If I'm not here, you record, or you
Yeah,
vice versa.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, this stuff we talk about today might be a little old, about a week old or so. Let's get into it. So we're talking about some news type stuff today. First thing I actually want to bring up, and I don't think you may have seen it, you may have not. Let me adjust real quick. Okay.
Seen what? I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Let's go though.
All right. You heard about Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yes, I heard of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Not or of it.
About this particular topic you're talking about
yeah,
now.
yeah. Have you heard any Yu-Gi-Oh news?
No.
Okay. So you haven't. Well, the guy who created Yu-Gi-Oh, he died.
For real?
Yeah. It's messed up.
R.I.P.
He wasn't even. He was like, I think it was 60 or something like that. But they found him at sea. I think it was. I'd have to read it again. I think it was
found him at
the
sea.
Japan Coast Guard or someone like
floating
that.
on something, or he himself was floating.
I honestly don't remember. I'd have to look at it again.
That's crazy.
Isn't it? Let me see if I can find something.
God bless.
Right. He was apparently snorkeling in the southwestern Japan.
Oh, okay, so where he was snorkeling?
Yeah, let's see. He was 300 meters off the coast of Okinawa. And it was by a person running a marine leisure business.
Didn't the Dragon Ball Z creator pass away recently?
No, don't be
No?
saying that.
He ain't going to. Some.
No, it was it was a voice actor for the Japanese.
Oh, the voice
DBZ.
actor for Goku.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yep, it was a voice actor for Goku.
Are you sure?
Pause 100%.
I don't know if
That's
it
why
was.
for some reason I correlated it, I'm saying this person died you're talking about now with Yu-Gi-Oh! To thinking that Dragon Ball Z creator died, but it was actually the voiceover for Goku.
Are you sure?
Yeah, are you looking at it right now?
Yeah, I'm looking it up real quick. I think she was old. The Goku's voice actor. I don't think this is the same person, is it? Maybe it
It
is.
says they passed away.
Well, this is an English name, so that's not that one. I don't know. I'd have to look more into it later.
So many
I
revolving.
don't have to look it all up and try to find it now, but
revolving
I know
Dragon
there
Ball
was
Z.
a voice actor who died in DBZ recently.
DBZ, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super.
I'll put that up there.
The best.
I don't know about the
Best
best.
show ever. We'll make my kids watch it growing up.
That's true. I'll do that too. I mean, it's nostalgic.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
But
I mean,
that
it's
wasn't
really,
their last episode?
No. I put that. I trying to change it up a little bit.
Okay.
Took some stuff up. Put some.
Yeah,
Stuff
this thing
up.
is
Man, I mean,
I'm gonna
that's
touch
the
that.
set. Don't. No,
it's Blu-ray disc.
it's
Okay.
sealed, bro.
Complete series, Dragon Ball.
I mean,
Super?
manhandling that thing.
What you mean manhandle it? I'm careful. I'm not like doing anything bad. Turn up. Complete series.
For super.
For
Not-
super.
Not everything. See, right now it might not be centered. I can't tell. From
That's
here.
perfect.
It might be.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention while that was up there at all. My book's still up here. Goldmine Effect. Honestly, since the last time we recorded, I haven't read.
It's only been like 2 days, I think, or so
Yeah.
since we recorded the
What?
first one. The episode 1, the introductions. That was the title.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is episode 2. Something. I don't know yet.
Something.
We'll figure it out.
Don't think twice. Really just doing it, you know what I'm saying? Just because the other day I was talking to Gus and I was like, I want to watch the whole podcast over again. And then for a second I was thinking like, do I really want to watch it over again? I should really just post it. Gus should just post it. And I was like, all right, no, let me watch it. And after like 7-8 minutes into the video, I was like, all right, I'm good. Whatever. Just, it is what it is.
It's kind of messed up.
'Cause
You can't even watch
he doesn't
them.
want to keep doing more of them. I was like, man,
Yeah, we got
I want
to.
to keep doing more of them too. So like,
We got to stick to it. Like
it
I
is
know,
what it is.
I know, kind of like it feels like it seems like a lot of work, but I mean it's not too bad. I mean it can be a lot of work.
No, I mean not. I don't know. Really, what comes? Yeah, work. Yeah,
You just gotta just stay committed. I mean it can definitely be discouraging if like we were making videos for a while and no one was watching.
yeah.
That would
true.
make sense. I
True.
probably
Yeah, if we were like 6 months in or something like that.
oh
we were
6
like,
months in. There's like not much I'm giving up.
What you mean?
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop doing this. I'm gonna on the next thing. I mean,
Yeah.
that'd be cool if this worked out. Obviously, I'd like this to work out. It would be it'd be
So
neat.
how much time you thinking? Well, like
I don't
2
know.
months,
I
a
guess it
month?
just depends. Obviously, like I'm not saying to give up, but there's got to be some sort of growth in that 6 months or
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
They can't be like we got 5 people. I mean, I'll mess with you 5 people. Like you might,
Like, yeah.
y'all be my
But
dudes.
we'll follow you on Instagram and whatnot. Actually, you know what? Check us out on Instagram. Javier Barragan.
You don't gotta. No, you gotta follow me.
JAVIERBARRAGAN. I mean, he's on my profile. I mean, you can find him, or he'll tell you right now.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Well, you'll find him on there. We tagging him some photos and whatnot.
I'll be posting something. I don't get on there too often. We used to post all the time. Back in high school, we posted
Yeah,
all the time. We kind of
all the time.
we just kind of stopped. Back in the day,
We got Instagram whenever, honestly.
it
Like
had just popped off.
the first week, a month that it actually came out. Like,
It wasn't that soon. I mean, it seemed like it, but it had been out for a while, but no one just used it. Is what
okay.
it was.
Well, I always thought it was really early. I remember you downloaded it for me.
I know.
And-
I remember that. That was so.
Yeah.
We downloaded it, or I started using it.
You were using it, and you were like, you gotta download this app. And then the next thing you know, we're both on it. We're both like in high school using it. People in our school were starting to use it. We're telling them
No
to
one
use
used it at the time. Like when I first downloaded it,
Yeah.
no one else had it in our school. At least we didn't go to a big school, so you kind of know these things, and no one knew what it was. And I remember I would explain, "Oh man, you need to download this app. It's so cool. It's gonna be the coolest thing ever."
That's what you told me.
And I would explain, I'm like what isn't? I'm like, you just take photos and you share it. And they're like, they make the goofiest face. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, you're gonna be on it. Watch. And they were.
Yeah.
It kind of died though. I don't really mess with it too much. It's definitely not what it used to be.
Yeah. No, I still use it like for like a photo book. Like for me just to capture like moments that happen like on a yearly, monthly basis. I know I can put things like lock it down and put on hardware and stuff like that, but I don't have that. I'm not really that big into electronics. Like Gus is doing all the electronics right here. He keeps over here touching these buttons, this and that. You know, I'm over
I
here
had
just
to
like
make some
I
noises.
put the headset on, the microphone only, and that's it. But yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know. They might delete everything off Instagram and everything you had on there's gone. I
Yeah.
wouldn't use it as like a.
Well, I mean, I still have, on my iPhone. I have like
I wouldn't keep
I
photos on
have
your iPhone
thousands
either.
of photos. Like
I used to
I'm
work
almost
for-
at 10,000 photos on my Instagram.
I used
on my
I used to
phone.
work for Apple, and I'm telling you, I would get so many people. I was
I'll be sad.
I don't know
lost
what my
10,000.
correct the title was at the time. iPhone support. They just I don't even remember the title. What they call you. Anyways, I took calls and I did support for iPhones. And after you do that for a while, you can kind of move up and you start doing Mac OS and everything else. And I'm telling you, I had so many people that called in and they were like, "Oh, my photos are gone. I deleted them, or something happened." And like you kind of know what's gonna the result is by the end of before the call ends. You're like, they're gonna be gone. But you kind of work through the troubleshooting steps with them, and you kind of
You try.
and you kind of already
Yeah.
know what's gonna happen though. And the same thing happens with calls where older people will get scammed. They're like, hey, this little stuff like, hey, I called you guys and you locked my account for something,
Yeah.
and I sent you $500 in gift cards, and I'm like, you didn't send us anything, and then it's like they lose the money,
Yeah.
obviously, because they get scammed. But yeah, if you have photos, do not keep them on like your phone or on the cloud. I would definitely have like a backup thing, like a hard drive.
Well, I definitely,
SSD,
I'll
solid
definitely
state
hope
drive.
Instagram don't go anywhere. Like I said, I have, you know, I have them downloaded on my MacBook. You know,
I mean, even
I have
then,
some
I
photos in some places.
I
you
have
know?
2 separate SSDs.
Yeah, but that's too
Du-
much. I'm not into
duplicate.
that. That's why
Got
I
2
use,
separate things.
That's why I just use Instagram. I post my photos like on a monthly or like
Yeah, 'cause
every
I mean-
on like on a monthly basis.
you
to
can
an
buy
extent.
like things you can buy like this. It breaks, we can buy it. These
Yeah.
mics, your laptop, your car, you wreck your car, you can buy that. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
get fixed. But like, if you lose data, like you lose photos, you lose videos,
Gone.
it's gone.
Yeah.
You're just sad. And I mean, like I said, I had calls where people, I had all
Well, yeah,
these
I'm
photos
not
of my
like,
2-year-old.
I'm not like that
and
worried about it. Like it is what
Well,
it is.
yeah.
If Instagram does, I mean, who knows? Like it really might actually disappear someday, and it is what it is. I'm either just like accept it and move on. Like I don't know.
yeah, I mean,
I feel like I could leave everything, like I don't know, like materialistic things, and like behind and be like, okay, like fresh start.
yeah, material stuff. But for some reason, photos and videos for me, like I don't want to lose those.
Yeah.
But
I feel like they're like the memories in your head. You know, obviously, yeah, it would be good to look
yeah,
back
but
on
I can't like
stuff.
sit
But
there and like scroll through it in my head, flip it, and watch videos. But and it's just funny to watch old stuff, old videos you had.
it definitely is.
But
And that's why
Yeah.
people have them.
yeah, but we were on it in December of 2011 ish. Actually, I say December, but it was actually before that. So it was like the tail end of 2011 was when we were on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Like getting started on it, starting to use it and whatever. And we kind of used it for a while. And then for me, I know I just stopped posting over the past few years. I posted like, I don't know, we'll say 5 or 6 photos in the past 2 or 3 years. I just don't care to post. I've never really posted anything on Facebook. I say never, but it's more so in the last like 5 or 6 years. I've never posted on there.
Yeah, I know. Whenever Sophia, our niece, whenever she was born, I was like, you know what I'm saying, like just make sure the memories are. I'm still capturing the moments, you know.
Oh yeah.
Because like you said, you save it like on your flash drive and whatnot. But like that's just me. I'm like so not into electronics. I just use like Instagram as all my electronics. I just put all my photos there.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was watching. You mentioned watching the podcast back. I'll actually watch it all the way through because obviously I'm just making sure things are correct. And there's, I think, I don't know if it happened a few times, or maybe like once, but I kind of watched it over. I know you mentioned it, watching it to see if like you can improve on stuff or whatever, and that's kind of like what I was doing as well. In addition to editing and everything, it didn't really need much editing, but yeah, whatever. I just lost my train of thought for a second.
You're just talking about what you. learned
Oh,
about
what I
from the
realized.
video.
Yeah. It just happens sometimes.
Yeah. It does, because I was honestly when I talked about something just now, you kept talking, I kept saying yeah on the mic. I was like, what was I saying beforehand?
Yeah.
But yeah, go on
I'm about
now.
to mess up again and I'm about to completely forget. So I was watching it, and there was one point we were talking about I think it's called Live Golf or something like that. It was a golfing thing
Yeah.
where they're trying to poach the people from PGA. And you were talking about FIFA like right before that, and I had brought that up to kind of like tie into Saudi Arabia and Qatar trying to like bring
You
people
learned
in.
something new.
No, I was just saying
Oh.
you had said something, I didn't wrap back around to what you said that last time.
Oh, so now you remember you're saying?
No, I'm
You
saying
still don't remember that?
no, I'm saying you said something,
I know.
and I was so into it on the phone, like trying to figure out what I was talking about.
Yeah.
That like once I saw what I was looking at, and you had already like started talking about something else. I like reached around, not like reached around.
What you trying to say, bro?
Not a reach around. No, I like backtracked to what I was saying before because I had it was this,
Yeah.
and I didn't address what you had just said. That's what I'm saying. I kind of
Yeah.
you said something and
So you
I
saw
didn't
that in the video?
respond. Yeah, I think so at least.
That's messed up.
I haven't at least once. And when I was watching it, I'm like, dang, I didn't like respond to that. I mean, it wasn't like something that needed response, but it was like it made sense for me to respond to it or just add to what you just said, and for whatever reason, I was so into what I was doing, and I didn't want to forget, like I just did about 3 times, that I was like, I just said it right when I got the chance.
Yeah, technology.
So I just got to
really
remember
is.
to like, if I'm looking up something or thinking of something, I need to like remember the other conversation we have going on at the same time.
Yeah. No, honestly, from the 8 minutes that I watched, I feel like I
8
learned.
minutes.
Yeah, out of the full hour and 5. That's how long the video was.
I think it was like 59, about an hour.
Yeah, well, for 8 minutes, honestly, what I learned is honestly just try to be like engaged as much as in the conversation.
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what I'm
I
saying?
don't think
Like-
it's too bad. I don't think it's too. So yeah, engaging. Yeah.
I'm trying to like engage with you guys as well. Like, yeah, I'm trying to like basically it's
Yeah,
like
it's like 3 people.
3 people here. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
like a little triangle, and we're trying to like have a conversation like with each other and like with you guys, like being aware that like obviously we can't really see you guys, but y'all look good. We know that.
And you're there. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I learned in the 8 minutes was try to be more like conscious.
Yeah. So I think I learned I need to just
the camera.
remember what's going on as far as conversations. I kind of knew as far as making sounds. Like
Mhm.
sometimes you might naturally might make a sound, you're not really aware that you make that sound until
Like
stuff
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Or you do know it, you just gotta make sure you don't do that or
Mhm.
go to the side or mute yourself.
Like honestly, I'm every once in a while I keep swallowing saliva. I'm like, there's no way this microphone's gonna pick it up. I'm like,
And
so soft.
and we have the headphones, so obviously, whatever you guys can hear, we definitely heard it as well.
Yeah.
It's like if he's making noise, I'm like, all right, now
Yeah.
chill, and also like making sure you kind of stay in the mic. I think I've done a little bit better. You did better last time than you did the first time. The first time we did it, you kept kind of looking away and talking.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't really do that too much that time. And then
Yeah.
what
No,
else?
The first time, yeah, I was definitely. For some reason, I kept looking back there at like the Berrigan sign, and not really looking too much.
That's
at
our
the camera.
studio, our set back there.
Yeah, so you should
Yeah,
see the
big
whole
old
set.
Bunch of props and
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff back there.
Yeah, the kitchen over there with like a living room space over there.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a bunch of props on the wall back there. Yeah, it's pretty sick. So yeah, the Yu-Gi-Oh guy died. That's crazy. I mean, I know we don't want to just talk about Yu-Gi-Oh, but like how like originally
Definitely not.
when they made Yu-Gi-Oh, when I say they, the creator, the one that passed away, I can't think of his name right now, but it was just like supposed to be a manga about like competing like games. Like it wasn't when he first made it, it wasn't like a card game
Okay.
that it evolved into that most people know it as now. It was like they were just competing at different games,
Yeah.
and like it just blew up, and then like they focused on the card game aspect of it.
Okay. Yeah, I never knew that at all.
Yeah.
Now
There
I
was
do.
something else I was gonna bring up that I learned in last podcast. I already knew to try to stay away from the ums. Also, just trying to keep keep that to a minimum.
What you mean?
The not talking for a second,
yeah,
like
okay,
if we're
okay.
thinking, just trying to make sure we're like
It was
constantly.
funny how you're like, I'm listening to you right now, but in my
You're-
head,
you're
I'm over here
waiting.
thinking about like, okay, well, what do I want to talk about next?
Yeah, you're like constantly gotta keep going because we still, again, we're learning, so we don't really have a script. So
Yeah,
we're
but
so
that's what I feel like I want to talk about something. That's why I'm like, I feel like
you kind of can just go with the flow. Yeah.
Yeah, last time I was just going with the flow, but like what I want to say was like, just ask you a question like, hey, Dragon Ball Z, whenever Goku was training to go fight Frieza, what gravity was he fighting? I'm training at in the spaceship. the
That's what you
max.
wanted to say. Or you're asking me now.
I wanted to say that, but it was a statement / question. I wanted to like ask.
Are
What was it?
you actually? Do you know the answer?
Yeah.
When are you talking about when he was going to Namek?
Yeah.
What was the gravity level?
Yeah, hit the max gravity level that he trained in.
I remember it was like I feel like it had a 2 in it. Was it 200 or 2000
was
or 20?
500.
Oh man, I was kind of close.
Got
You must have looked that up recently.
No.
He's
I
lying.
really didn't. I just wanted to ask you a quick, like, spontaneous question real quick and see if you knew the answer.
So actually, speaking of Japan, I believe the ex-prime minister, I think that's who it was. He actually passed away as well recently. I think it was technically yesterday. If you're watching this next week, it'll be
Yeah.
a week
Yeah,
in a
today right
day?
now is July 8th, Friday, so it happened today.
Was it? I think
Was
did
it?
did it happen today?
I don't know. I
Or
saw the
did-
news of it like this morning.
I don't know if he like was injured and it was fatal, obviously, and then they had him and it lasted like a day as far as trying to keep him alive. or what. But yeah, he got shot, which is pretty crazy because Japan has like the strictest gun laws. But the dude, I saw like a video, and then I think they searched his house after the fact, and they had like a homemade gun. It looked like some crazy stuff.
Homemade gun.
Yeah, but it
That's
had like 6 barrels.
So how
it looked
strict
like a
are the
video
laws in
game.
Japan with guns?
I haven't looked too much into it. I just know they're like the
Okay.
most strict.
The
as
most
far,
strict.
As far as
Okay.
like in the world. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't
And
know
it's
about
crazy that
every
this guy
country.
got shot by apparently a gun in the most strictest country in the world.
Yeah. I mean, you can do it anywhere. It's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
I think, and the last prime minister to have been
Assassinated.
killed or assassinated, or like someone who was I say last prime minister because he wasn't the active prime minister. He was the last one, I believe. Was by
Japan or-
sword.
In Japan?
Yeah, in Japan.
Dang.
Was by a sword.
That'd be crazy to die by a sword. Imagine getting sliced up.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because that's be wild. Like just when you telling the story,
I mean, I
I'm
feel
trying
like
to
that-
imagine. I'm
I
trying
feel
to
like
imagine
that
why
would
this
be-
guy getting sliced up.
I feel like that would be better.
no, because you don't know
No,
where you got sliced.
Okay,
first
so look,
with.
Japan, they're like 100% with the stuff. Like if they do something, they do it correctly. So and
They probably like beheaded him with a sword, like put him on the ground.
well, I'm
on his
talking about
knees.
that. I'm talking about that aspect of it. Like they like have honor in like the work they do.
Yeah,
You know, so I'm assuming they also have honor in the work they do if it's not really a moral thing to do. Like if they're gonna kill someone, they're gonna make sure that they do it correctly. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm getting at is like to die by a sword, you can like control that. Like you kind of can die right away. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're dead like this.
Yeah.
It's super quick. But I more so meant they
You
do
could
something.
instead of even slicing, you can even just get like stabbed.
But that's not going to be quick though. I'm talking about dying quickly. That's why I would rather die by a sword.
You would rather die.
By a sword if I'm getting sliced quick.
Yeah, but imagine
opposed
if you
to
were
getting shot with a
hypothetically
gun.
speaking, imagine if you were the killer. Like, this is like obviously a weird question, but would you want to like slice somebody or stab them?
We're not doing either. I'm not even gonna give a hypothetical answer for that because
True.
no.
I'm just trying to like think about it
But
from like a totally different
yeah,
perspective.
I
you know
get
what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah. You're just seeing it from a different perspective. But what I was getting at
Go
is
ahead,
like,
go ahead, no killer.
we ain't no killers. No,
killers.
but what I meant was like, they do things
Yeah, so
to
it's
the
like
utmost.
yeah.
So what I was getting at
understand
is
what
like
you're saying.
the
You're gonna do it
sword
so
itself.
clean.
What? No, I thought about that after the fact, but when I said it originally, I meant as far as like creating things as well. So like that sword that person probably was killed with, that last prime minister, however long ago that was, probably was a really long time ago.
At least 250 years.
I don't know if it was that long ago. I didn't read it, but that sword was probably made legit. Like, you know what I mean? It's probably
Yeah.
heavy,
Oh, I believe
super
it.
sharp, and assuming he sliced his head off, gone like this.
Well,
So think about it. You're going like this. You don't even know what happens. Your head's 1 second. You're looking at someone. You honestly, it might be.
and your whole brain
It-
is just
No, look, it
severed,
might
your
happen.
Spinal cord just
It might
cut in
happen so
half.
fast, honestly, that like your head's cut off, and like say it happens to hit the ground. You happen to like 1 second you're looking somewhere, and the next second your head's floating down to hit before it hits the ground,
Oh,
and you can see the sky or something like
oh,
that.
I imagine that's the case
and,
for
and,
sure.
then, and then you die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because your brain's still up here and your eyes are still there.
yeah,
so
because your
it
brain
has
is
to be
connected
so-
to your spinal cord. You know,
Yeah. So as far as like things that might still function,
is
you know,
your
you
eyesight-
might still see for a
Definitely.
brief second,
I think you would.
And-
You
and-
have to
and you're like, wait a minute, I'm wearing that shirt.
because I think it takes longer for the brain to actually die than
Yeah, but not. I mean, it's not gonna be that. As far as getting decapitated with the sword, your brain's probably gonna cut off pretty quick. But like
Yeah.
it's like as far as getting shot or something like that.
True.
So that's what I was getting at. Like I really was trying to say, I wouldn't want to get shot as opposed to because if you get shot, kind of like oh man, you kind of realize
But
it.
you
and you're
could-
thinking
you
about
could-
it, and then all
yeah.
this stuff's happening. You're just like,
Definitely.
oh wow.
well, just now actually what I was thinking about when I said 250 years, you said it's the strictest country in the world with
I
guns.
believe it's about.
So
It's,
maybe
it's
it could,
one
it
of the
could even
strictest
been
countries.
like 25 years ago because they have no guns at all. Apparently, you know what I'm saying? It's one of the strictest. So like,
Yeah.
it could have been like last week, and it's another,
What was the prime
stabbing.
minister that died? So
or,
we would.
yeah, prime minister. Yeah, true.
So yeah, I mean, it could have been 250 years ago. I don't.
or
I
it
don't
could have
know.
been 2 years. You know what I'm saying? But
It might.
I'm just saying because it's like all they have really there are swords.
Yeah, so they're
you know?
pretty strict.
Yeah.
Another strict country, but not. They might have strict gun laws as well, but they're strict in different aspects. Russia, They're pretty strict with like drugs and stuff like that.
Okay.
And actually, there was a WNBA player. I was trying to think it was correct. The acronym.
Yeah. Women's?
I think her name is Brittany Griner, something like that. Do you
I
know her
couldn't
name?
tell you. I don't know her name, but I saw it earlier on Instagram.
Yeah, Brittany Griner. She actually pleaded
Guilty.
guilty. I said pleaded. Yeah, she pleaded guilty to possession of. I thought it was marijuana at first, but then I was at the store earlier and they had it on the TV, and it said something about oil. So I'm assuming it was like
CBD
oil residuals from marijuana or
Okay.
that derived from marijuana. I'm not sure how all that works, but
And she was apparently made a claim that she was using it for sports or something.
I don't know what she claimed, but either way, it's kind of
She
crazy.
pled
Like,
guilty, so she had to
Yeah,
like make
yeah.
some kind of a claim. I mean that's I'm just me thinking into it. Like
wait, you what? Say again?
like she probably pled guilty, saying that she was using it, but maybe she made a claim that she was using it for like
she-
like a medical
yeah, I
reason or
don't
something
know.
like that. You know.
Well, yeah.
Or
Either
maybe they
way,
just didn't
it's,
even
it's not
care.
legal. Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Like,
it's just crazy. Like the thing is, I mean, we're Americans. We live in America, obviously, but like the thing is, with American people, a lot of times they'll go to other countries and they assume the same sort of what's the word I'm looking for?
Rules apply to them.
Yeah, but this
Like that is
basically,
back
but there's a
home.
word that I'm trying to think of that's just slipping my mind right now. But yeah, they just have this same air about them that they would in America, but it's not the case. Like if you
No,
go to a totally different country, like if you're going to North Korea, you're not gonna go there and act like you're in America. Like you have to respect that country, even though it's North Korea. Come on, I mean I'm just saying,
You said most Americans or some Americans?
like a lot. I don't know.
I don't know. 'Cause
Not most, but
I'm American and I
no,
travel
no,
to
I'm not saying everyone. I'm just
yeah,
saying
well, that's why I asked you.
a high
'cause
percentage of people go to other countries and they like
I would
they
say- I would
assume the
say
same
half.
laws apply. They like I've seen people. I think it was an American citizen. It may have been actually it was a citizen from Europe, and they went to an Asian country, maybe Thailand or something. I don't know. I might be mixing everything up, but she was arguing with the cops there, and she like pulled the guy or something, and then the judge sentenced her to like 6 months in that jail. And this is like whatever country it was like a jail you do not want to sit in. Like you
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's kind of like
Yeah, they even had a chair for you.
yeah, like you don't
Yeah,
want to be
I
in
can
this jail, let
imagine.
alone 6 months, especially if you're used to like living in a first world country.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's kind of crazy. Like like my point is like people, Americans, and I'm speaking for Americans because I'm American, he's American, so I kind of can speak on it. But like,
Mexican American. Viva Mexico. Eddie Guerrero. Rest in peace. Eddie Guerrero was the
yeah,
back
he was
in
our
the day.
that's the last time we really watched.
WWE
Kind of
versus
stopped watching it
SmackDown.
around then. And then
Wait, SmackDown versus Raw. I'm tripping. WWE is the organization.
it's I don't know who owns what. But yeah, I cannot think of the word I wanted to say earlier.
Patagonia? I just read your hat. I'm trying to help you out. A little
Now,
guess.
yeah, but yeah, they had the same aura about them. They think that they can do the same thing in America that they do elsewhere,
Yeah.
and they don't respect the country that they're in, and they don't respect the laws that they have, even if they seem outlandish or outdated. You know, you're a visitor to that area.
Definitely.
You're not. You know what I mean? You're not. You don't own it. They don't owe you anything, so you have to respect that, even if they seem outlandish, outdated, or
No, I agree.
medieval or whatever.
I agree with your thought. Your thought on like there are a lot of Americans that do that. I think it's like I said earlier, like 50-50. I think some people go with that mindset, and then the other half are like people who just go in like respectful and understanding that it's a whole new culture. Like that actually go out to understand about that culture. And about like the social norms and everything. But yeah, some people they're just not tuned into reality, and they think that wherever they go.
I think entitled may have been the word
yeah,
I wanted.
okay. Entitled. That's yeah.
I mean, that works, but I don't know if that was the one I was looking for earlier.
I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
they're just entitled.
yeah.
So they think they can do this or that. But yeah, I don't know if it's 50-50. I mean, I say
I feel like
most.
in life,
I
everything
say-
is 50-50. That's my perspective on life. I think everything is like, half good, half bad. Half up, half down. I know you can.
I agree. I can't understand what you're getting at, but I don't know if everything or even most things would be 50-50.
Well, yeah, not most things are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was trying to think of a funny joke.
I was trying to think of
there was a funny
easy-
joke there that's like 80% of people are bad at math.
Yeah.
Said a study of 40%. I don't know. It was something like that. I completely butchered that, but that's what
No,
I was trying to think of.
only
That.
reason why I say that is because I feel like everyone needs that sense of like now I'm over here thinking for words, like just to make everybody like feel like they have or think they have like that choice of where they want to go or what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like the free will to an extent.
I'm confused.
Okay, like the 50-50. Well, the reason why I think it's 50-50 because everyone has like choices,
Mhm.
and I think like just half people will choose good, half people will choose bad. I just feel like
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's like a flip of a coin,
Yeah.
like
Like there's a balance to the
yeah,
universe.
there has to be a
So
balance.
there's yeah, so that balance obviously would be 50.
That's honestly the word I meant. I was trying to. I wasn't thinking of it, but that like what I'm getting at is
Yeah.
just there's a balance.
There
in
has to be a
everything,
balance. Yeah,
and
that makes
everything.
sense. So yeah, I guess in that aspect, yeah, there's always 50-50 because obviously if it's balanced, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think. Oh, I know it seems like a really death-filled podcast so far. I'm just gonna.
What you mean? What you mean?
I'm gonna say, come on, now, you gotta talk on the mic.
Yeah.
Because I talked about the Yu-Gi-Oh creator passed away, crazy accident.
Somebody else.
The ex-prime minister,
Yeah.
or I don't know if you say ex or you say former. Yeah, it sounds more
Former.
sounds correct. Former prime minister. Yeah.
That's correct. I'm telling you.
Don't grab it there. You gotta grab it right here. Can't make too much.
For real? I didn't do none of that.
He's trying to turn it into an ASMR podcast. We're not there.
ASMR?
That might be
I've
like
never seen
later.
any of that.
I don't know. Kind of annoying. Like especially the ones like they're eating. I don't know. I can't
I've
do.
never seen it.
Can't do eating sounds. It kind of irks me. But yeah. What was it? Oh, James Caan. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. He passed away too. You knew who that is?
Nope.
Nope. He's from Godfather. Tying this back in the last podcast.
Which
He's the eldest son in the Godfather. So he's Michael's
and he just passed
oldest
away?
brother. So you have Michael. Oh, I had the middle brother's name in my head and I completely forgot.
Well, remember the middle brother. I'm the middle brother. Remember the guy's name? Was it Jonathan Javier Berrigan?
No.
No, 'cause-
It was Fredo. So you have Michael.
Fredo.
You have Michael, Fredo, and then Sonny. Sonny's the eldest.
And Sonny the one who
And
passed away.
Sonny's the one. Yeah, the actor's.
Rest in peace, Sonny too. Honestly, rest in peace
James.
to everybody who loses their life.
Did I say the right name just now? What did I say? Did I say James Caan?
You said Michael. Freddie. Fredo.
No, but his actual name, the actor's name. I'm saying. I don't know what I did think I say it right. James Caan. Yeah, he passed away. He was 82. I think he was 82.
That's a. I think if you
It's a
live
decent
over,
age.
I think you live over 77. Like if you hit 78, that's a decent age. Like see,
I don't know. If you're 77, you're watching this, you're probably you probably think
all I'm
otherwise.
saying is a good age. Like, I feel like 100. That's what my expectation. I don't want to say expectation because
I don't know. I feel like
expectations.
I feel like
people get hurt and whatnot. Even if you did, what I'm saying the hurt ain't gonna matter. But 100 is the goal. I'll say that.
I feel like the age that humans as a whole, I feel like if you were to say our average is 100 years, which is definitely not like you're saying 100.
It's not.
I feel like that wouldn't even be long enough, especially like for me. And I was talking to Mary about this the other day. When I'm thinking about things I want to do or like learn, for me it's more learning or like knowledge that I'm trying to like.
Or experience.
Not even that, just
You're trying to
knowledge,
build
just
knowledge.
learning. Like I want to learn things. I'm like, I want to
Things
learn
such as-
this. Like just learning different languages. Even though I haven't really set that time to do that, which I probably should and I need to. Or I say that I want to learn these things and I don't do it, but
Hopefully you ain't 77 still saying it.
I know, right? But it's like, yeah, you want to learn different things. You want to know how to do different stuff, and I guess you do experience. You want to experience different things, and it's like all these things. There's like not enough time. Like assuming you make it to 100, it's still not enough time to do all this stuff.
I feel like there's not enough time in terms of what you're trying to accomplish in terms of like, obtain all this knowledge because there's
That's what I'm
infinite
saying.
knowledge. There's
Exactly. That's what I'm
infinite.
saying. There's not
Yeah.
enough time. There's not enough
time at all.
years.
No.
Even if you're like average 100.
Yeah, that's. Well, I hope you acquire as much knowledge as you can until.
So yeah,
Until
I was
then.
thinking about this the other day. I know you don't need obviously you don't need to go to school, but I just feel like you're
Like
able.
school, as in like university and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, university.
I
Like you
hate
don't.
school so much.
I don't really hate it. I don't think I hate it. I mean, when you're there, you're kind of like, oh, I'm ready to graduate. I'm ready to be finished and all this stuff. And I understand that. But then once you are finished, you're like, dang, it was like not bad.
All
And
right,
it's like that with
I'm
anything
gonna go
in
back
life.
on. I don't hate it. I dislike the, you know. I just like the work, getting the work done. Honestly, like
Yeah.
being graded on things.
Well,
and
yeah.
and
What I'm
whatnot.
getting at though is like, I think it's good. I think it's good to go to school, and it's like you get the degree, or whatever, and you're like, oh, you have like a baseline of knowledge and whatever you got your degree in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's kind of like an achievement. It's like you're playing a video game. You have like an end goal. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
you're playing Call of Duty, for example. You're like grinding out camos. You're like, you know what your end goal is,
Or like
and you have
balloon
like
tower
a result.
defense.
What?
Have you ever heard of that? You ever heard of
Well-
balloon tower defense?
No.
All right, it's an old game. I don't even know what website it was on, but
Was the game on the computer?
the game on the computer. You pop balloons, and every balloon, like every level, balloons get like different colors.
was
and,
this on?
And harder. I don't know. You just go on Google, type up balloon tower defense, and if you played it, you know like what I'm talking about. Well, basically, like you can buy like different artillery to like pop the balloons, and at the very the most.
When did
the
you play this
highest-
game?
When I was younger, I used to play it all the time.
How old?
I like 13.
You did not
12,
play this
11.
game when you were
I used to, but if you would love this game. I never fact.
I
If
don't
you
know.
play the game, you'll love it. But what I'm getting at is like the highest like item you can get to pop the balloons is a monkey, and the monkey will start shooting like darts, and then like the highest thing you can upgrade him to is like this laser. This laser just
I have
popping
to look at
balloons.
that after because I've never heard of
It's
it.
it honestly was the best games ever. If you could get like 50 on your first try, I'd be surprised.
All right, well, I'll have to
Because
do
when
that
you
after
level
this.
50, you win the game, but it goes up to unlimited levels until like you honestly you can't even survive anymore because the balloons come so fast.
It's
the
kinda like
computer,
Tetris.
the computer doesn't keep up
It's
with
kinda
like
like
all this
Tetris.
shit that's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
kind of like
crazy.
Tetris. It's like it just goes and goes, and like as
Yeah.
far as a human, you can't keep up with it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. So like you have like an end goal. You know what you're gonna get. By the end of it, you have like an achievement to show for the work that you put in. You know what I mean? So
I
it's,
agree.
for me, it's kind of difficult to like try to learn things because I don't have like in school. You're kind of forced to an extent to learn or keep up because you
Mhm.
have to gain knowledge to pass tests. You have to learn things to know how to do something or
Yeah.
to just gain knowledge in general to be able to succeed and move on to the next level, to pass that class, to go to the next class. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then eventually you have all these classes finished and you have your degree. So then it's like that degree is proof that you have like a baseline of knowledge for whatever that degree was for. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I
I
think
know what you mean.
I like that part of school. I'm not saying everyone needs to go to college, and I'm not saying don't go to college either. You know, learn whatever you want, but I think it is good if you go for the right things, and you
Yeah,
feel good when you finish.
definitely.
Like once you graduate, you're like, oh man, especially if
Like
it
I
was,
did that.
yeah, especially if it was like a little longer. I say especially because it seems like that would be the case, and that was the case for me. Like I was there a little longer because I was doing one thing and then I switched to something else, so it wasn't a typical 4 years for me. But yeah, once you finish, you're like, wow, you
No,
feel so
I agree
relieved.
because like
It's
I
like
mean,
a weight.
I just said I
Ah.
hated school or I felt some kind of way, but like I said in the last episode that I just got my master's, and while before I did it and while I was doing it, like I just kept thinking of, all right, when I get done with it, like I'm gonna be able to say that like I
Yeah.
had the master's, like I have that, like you have that baseline of information,
Well,
or,
that's
like,
not even baseline. That's the next level.
Well,
I feel
yeah,
like
yeah, but like
bachelor's
you have
and-
that. I now have that standard like that I've achieved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
That I set for like myself that
Mhm.
others are trying to win. But basically, I'm making myself valuable. like,
Yeah.
by getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, when I finished it, I was definitely like glad, like so ecstatic that I finished and whatnot.
Yeah.
But now like with that, like you said, you talking about that baseline, just like I have that base or that extra. To
Yeah,
just,
so yeah.
to just do more. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I know later will help me out. Yeah, I reacted that way just because
And it's just the feeling you remember.
Yeah.
It was like a go-to feeling
No,
at the time.
yeah. Well, to an extent, I just feel like, you know, react like that honestly was because I feel like school should honestly teach you more about business. Like I did a sports management degree, and I learned about business like in the sports field and like around that and whatnot. Like, but I grew up knowing business.
Well, it
stuff,
depends
like,
what degree you're
my
in.
father. Yeah. But like I feel like in school as in terms
Or
of
degree
like
you're
high school.
pursuing. No,
I feel like in
yeah.
high school like they should teach people how to run a business.
Oh yeah, but that's like the thing everyone says, and like, oh, school didn't prepare me to do this or that or that. It's kind of like I understand, but then I'm like, there are things you are taught in high school that people think aren't.
Well, not necessarily me. Like, like our father owned a restaurant growing up. Like, I knew about the business. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about like necessarily for me. I'm speaking for like a whole. Like, I wish like everybody like in school growing up learned like a little bit about business, about how to make money or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like how to like create things.
I think there's more to that though. Like I think there's
definitely more.
There's
to
probably
it.
a reason
There's
that
definitely a
the
reason.
curriculum is a certain way and why it's not.
Yeah, it's
whether
like,
we know the correct reason, whether we not, or whether we're told it's one thing, when it's something else. Whatever the case is, there's definitely a reason that there's certain things that are not taught in school and that aren't part of a curriculum.
And there's a reason why certain things are taught in school and are like for sure trying to be to an extent like pushed.
Yeah.
It's all about how you want to look at things in life.
Yeah, like we said last podcast, we're kind of when we talk about things, we want to see them from all angles, and we want the viewers to see them from all angles. And if we don't see it from one perspective, we want you guys to show us that perspective and explain it. And if we interpret something incorrectly or what you believe to be incorrect, we kind of like want that dialogue and have you talk to us and tell us why it's one way or one other way. Whatever the case is, we're here to listen as you guys are here.
Yeah.
And
here listen to each other and listen to I'm saying you guys. Yeah.
Back in the day, you talk about listen, you guys, you could like attach. This was like really early YouTube. If you've been like a YouTube OG in terms of being a viewer, you'll remember this. But they had like YouTube replies. Do you remember that back in the day? It's like if someone had a YouTube, it had the videos I think to the right of it on a column.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And it was like replied videos, or I feel like there was another name for it for whatever reason. But basically, response videos, something like that. And it was like a direct video.
I know you're talking about, but it's like direct, like linked up, like
so like it would show up. So like if we made a video, like nowadays, if you make a YouTube video and you want to address a different person's video, you're just saying that in the video. This is a response to so and so's video of me doing this or so and so doing that. And even like back in the day, at least for a short period of time.
Yeah, I feel like I know what you're talking about.
It was like there was a video
not as confident as you are.
Yeah, it was like I don't remember because I didn't post at the time. I just remember watching videos, but it was like a link. It was like you would see it right here, response video. So it was like you were instead of replying in the comments,
you're like trying to illustrate. I feel like I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like I guess I didn't I can't correlate like that what I'm saying to like that name you're giving.
Yeah. I think it was just called response videos.
Okay.
I don't know why we were talking about that though. I don't know what we were talking about before that.
I don't know either.
Oh man, see that this is another thing we have to.
What were we talking about, guys? Oh, we were talking. I'm just kidding.
I really can't remember.
I don't even know.
Cannot remember. Well, yeah, that's only happened once though. I think.
What we forget? What we're talking about?
Where we completely forget, or neither of us can remember.
Hopefully, we won't do this every episode. If we do, then we're gonna have to, do it live.
We gotta have.
We can read you guys.
We're gonna have to have some more of employees back there. We have our video editor back there, and our script manager back there, and our chef over there.
Waiter. We got a waiter.
Yeah, we got a waiter. We sound like the SpongeBob.
That's why I did it. Yeah,
I see the video. Yeah, I seen the TikToks. It was like comedy to so and so, and it was like I don't know. It wasn't funny though. They were like that was fun. That was funny, but like I seen TikToks and they're like in a restaurant, and they're saying that, and it's just annoying. Like I used to wait tables. He waited tables as well. Excuse me, and I just imagine if someone did that when I was waiting tables, especially if it was a long day. Like say you've been walking all day. Like if you waited tables, you kind of know like by the end of the day, if you've been walking all day, your legs are just kind of like, oh man, and like just having to deal with people, especially there's like not nice people you're dealing with, you're like done. By the end of the day, you're just frustrated.
Done so.
So just imagine like some
Yeah, but I feel
some
like
teenager
if
coming
someone
and
said that
recording
and you
you.
knew it.
Well, yeah, it'd be a little
That'd be
funnier,
funny, yeah.
I guess. But
But
even
you
then,
had no recognition of it all. And
yeah,
someone-
even
you heard
then though,
someone
I
say,
feel like,
waiter.
yeah, I feel like you would
You'd
still
like,
maybe get annoyed a little bit.
What the? If
Yeah.
you didn't know what you're saying. No, I don't
Even
think
if
I
you
would.
did know, I feel like,
what if doing that? You're trying to brighten up my day.
yeah, nah. At the
That's
end of the
what I would
day,
do.
I
I'm trying to make me
I
another
guess
good-
I guess I'd have to be in that situation and say for sure what I would
Yeah.
do. But I think for the most part, I don't know. I guess
You had to be in the situation. You know,
Yeah.
it
maybe I wouldn't.
there's
let
maybe
it
other
bother me as
variables
much.
that you had to take into consideration at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, were they actually recording you, or you
Yeah.
know, were they with a group of people? Were they actually by themselves? Like, did they really need something? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, waiter, he needs the high
Okay, yeah,
flag.
yeah. Okay,
You
maybe
know
if they're
what I'm
saying that
saying?
and they've been bugging
Like,
you all the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would make a little more sense. Like they like, you go. This is so annoying when you're a waiter. You go, oh, can I have this? And you're like, okay, yeah, and you go get it, and you bring it back, and like, oh, can I have this? And they do it
just
like,
as you just get back
and they do it like
there,
4 times, and you're like, just tell me it one time. So you're, but the
you
thing
need
too,
this.
if you're a good waiter, this is what you do. After you bring the food, and it's funny I say if you're a good waiter because my parents and my sister especially will say, oh, they'll just talk about.
What is that? What's that mean?
That means they're just talking crap.
Oh, okay.
They're just like saying I wasn't or was
because
whatever.
we didn't know what that was. But did you
You
guys?
should. I mean, come on now. No, but like, yeah, I think I was a good waiter. Regardless, I know what a good waiter does, even if they think I wasn't at the time. Once you bring your food, you look at the things, you notice what is missing or what they might need, right? Oh, they need refills. They need napkins. You ask these things because even if you're eating, you're not there to like, you're there to eat and enjoy the meal or just chill, whatever the case may be. You're not
there to get
you're not
served
there
on.
to be the waiter. You know what I
Yeah, you're
mean?
there to get served on.
So you might not realize you need a refill or that you need napkins, but as a good waiter, you know, you're supposed to be like, yeah, they need this. Let me bring it up. If they don't, they're gonna tell me once I bring it up. Like, hey, can I get you guys anything else? You need some napkins? You need refills? Anything at all? And they're like, oh no, we're good. Or, oh, you know what? I do need a refill because it's like
Yeah.
sometimes they just don't
It's
realize.
basically being aware of what they need and then suggesting it to them.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, definitely.
that makes a good waiter. So like,
yeah.
you shouldn't have to be going back and forth. If you're like, oh, do you need this? Can I get you anything else? You know what I mean? Like, oh, good. Yeah, I don't need no napkins. I'm gonna refill. So like, okay, can I get you anything else?
And just being conscious
And they're like,
that,
no,
you
we're
know,
good. Then you don't have to do the whole back and forth thing. But sometimes you'll be like, oh, can I get you anything else? And they're like, yeah, just this. And you come back and they do it again. That's when it's annoying. But like, if you don't ask, that's kind of your fault as a waiter.
True. I agree.
Yeah,
With it being annoying part and, you know, the waiting part.
yeah. It's been a while though, but I could probably wait some tables pretty good.
I could too. I just hate waiting tables. I could too. I just hate waiting tables. Rewind. Fast forward.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I think it's all right. But yeah,
It is what it is.
it is what it is. So I think we're good. I think we're chilling, and we'll record again
Next week.
next week. Yeah, come back then. So yeah,
Where
we
you
hope
going?
we hope you guys enjoyed the podcast.
Definitely.
It
hope you
seemed
guys did.
seemed obviously we're gonna get better as time goes on. We're gonna figure out what to do, what not to do, how to keep things going, what to improve on, what to stop doing.
Yeah, by episode 10, we're gonna have at least 100 to 1,000 people watching it, and
By 10, that's a high number. I feel like.
100,
I think so.
100 people. Well, we can get 100 people,
Excuse me.
guarantee. By episode 10, so I think by episode like 7 or 8, like 5, 6, 7, 8, like we'll be more comfortable doing this.
Yeah, but even
and
say
like,
we're
we'll
even.
be reaching. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we'll be doing more for the podcast tuning state. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
hypothetically speaking, let's just say we're the best speakers in the entire world. We're the best video editors in the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
We still have to like get seen. You know what I mean? There still has to be some sort of growth. Like
yeah.
you might not get seen. You know what I mean? Like the same thing in sports.
That's,
You
yeah.
might be the best soccer player in the world. Like there might be someone who existed at some point in time in the past, however many years,
20 years.
or really any time
Yeah.
that was like the best soccer player ever, or the best quarterback, or the best
Or the fastest
baseball
runner.
player, anything. You know what I mean? It could be said for
Yeah,
anything, and
yeah.
they weren't seen. The best trumpet player, singer, you know what I mean? Anything. They just weren't seen just because that's how life is. Life isn't fair. Sometimes you get seen, sometimes you don't. We all deal with different things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll get better as the podcast goes on.
Most definitely.
Maybe, I mean, that'd be cool if we had at least 100 subscribers. I guess you say viewers, but I'm thinking in terms of YouTube subscribers, and then I'm not sure how the stats work on like other podcasts, like actual audio podcast stuff. If it's like you just subscribe to it, I'm not too sure. Again,
no
we're kind of new
idea.
to the whole podcast thing in general. I've only ever really done YouTube podcasts in terms of listening and viewing, and even that I'm not too knowledgeable on. But yeah, so we'll see you guys next time. We hope you enjoyed the video.
Peace.
Are you gonna I thought you were gonna do the whole subscribe thing and like and share
comment,
stuff.
share, retweet. Anything else? Like, comment, share, retweet. Quit playing with Subscribe.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Good night, y'all. Appreciate
Peace.
it.